right, welcome back each and everyone to the nahsee exchange. So this is the sibling duo, Trina and
And
and Charles, and we are here again for another interesting and enlightening conversation. You know what we do? We
as a
yeah, we use current events to have a deeper discussion and conversation about like what's going on in the country.
Mhm.
So um we say it every week, but we're gonna say it again. Whether you're nasty or you can't see, clean up your heart and come and let's talk. Let's talk because this is weird. This is where change begins, where we can talk. Even if we don't see eye to eye on a topic, come make we talk about it. But you have to clean up your heart to make you do that. All right, brother. So,
um, Today's topic is of a recent event.
yep.
Um, there was a incident where a lady was shot and killed
And
while in a church service.
Andrea Low-Garwood. So Miss Garwood.
Yeah.
Um, so yesterday, in fact, yeah, this happened yesterday. Um,
Yesterday, because depends on when this upload.
well, Brighton. Well, that's true.
Yeah. So
Sunday. This happened on a Sunday.
it happened last Sunday.
That's Sunday while she was so this is how the story goes. Let me tell you what we know so far. So
Yeah.
basically how it
What
goes
is
is what is being alleged, and you guys we can link some link to some information in the description for you to go read an article if you would like to read it. So Miss Garwood was attending church bright and early Sunday morning, and while she was sitting there, in worship, some assailant came in the church and sat there right by her. And then next thing you know, shots rang out. And there's a video online also about that.
Yes, because the service was being live streamed at the
Yes,
time on Facebook.
the
It was
service was being
praise and
streamed
worship.
online.
They were in praise and worship at the time, and the alleges that the person came up behind her while she was praying and shot her.
Right. So while you don't see the shooting itself, you hear like the you saw like the worship leader, she was up leading the congregation in song, and you hear the popping noises and everybody freaking out and screaming and whatever. So that's a video that's online. So as more news start coming out about the incident, there are several allegations and several things floating around. But the most prominent one that is being put forth is that this shooting is because of a family dispute. So evidently, Miss Garwood, who she lost her husband, as you can see behind me, there's a picture of both of them last year in a
Car accident.
car accident. It was unforeseen, it was tragic. Lost her husband. However, it turned out that when she went to the funeral, because there's some family agwan, she had to have bodyguards at her own husband's funeral. So the allegation is that since the death of the husband, there is like, when people dead, division of property, house, money, land, car, all
Let's
type
see.
of things.
Let's see.
And what they're alleging is that since he's died, she's pretty much cut everybody off and she's taken everything, all the properties, everything, and she's just like, there, it's mine. Tough luck. Oh well. So allegedly that is what they're saying that's caused. I think I read somewhere and they say one of the persons that have been arrested, because let us note that kudos to the police. Let's put this in there, because normally people dead and police can't find people. Kudos to the police in this regard. The incident happened Sunday, and by Monday morning, they had at least 3 people arrested for
And by Monday evening, they have the alleged shooter is now in
yes,
custody.
in custody. And one of the persons that allegedly has been arrested is her stepson or some relative of hers.
No,
And
stepson.
so,
The
yes,
alleged that it is stepson.
so that is fueling the whole allegation of it is
Domestic,
over,
that
it's
is
a
domestic
domestic thing, it's over land and dead left. In
over estate.
right. So is a Jamaican term for estate, dead left.
Deadly.
So
Yes, deadly.
so that is so that's the backdrop of this conversation. But let's talk about
The
something
first
that
the
yeah,
first
you
thing
see
that
are going
we're going to
around.
talk about is after the incident.
Right.
They were immediate because it's live stream. It happened 10:30. Like videos were up, things were just going
Yep.
right. Like as by 12 o'clock, things are shared all over social media. You don't know anything. That's viral. And there are a lot of calls after that for what is the crime plan? Wow, what we gonna happen to be crime, um, outrage basically.
Right.
Even coming from members within the church. Because right now I'm gonna play one clip of Dr. Peter Gard, which is the president of the Jamaica Association of Evangelicals. He had something to say where when me hear it, it kind of trigger me. So I'm gonna play what he say, and then we
Tell us
can
why you were triggered, my brother.
then we go tell you why it was triggering and why this just it is what it is. Let us play.
Frightening, staggering, and unbelievable fact. And if what we are hearing is so, that the person was unmasked, it says something that the level of crime in this country has reached below the bottom of the barrel. And I believe that those who were there have been seriously traumatized. But beyond what took place today, I maintain that it happened in a church and that is unprecedented.
So what triggered me was this. When he said, based on the fact that the person wasn't wearing a mask, entered the church, never care if you can see the identity, crime has reached the bottom, below the bottom of the barrel. And I've seen other comments similar to that. And I'm like, it takes an incident like this for us to realize that crime is out of control. Like this is what is the indicator for us. So we're like, whoo, blinking in your mind. So like, oh my God, crime is crazy. We have been at the bottom of the barrel for a while. My personal opinion. We are at the bottom of the barrel. Long time. We have passed the bottom long time. We had
bottom drop out. We never have no more bottom.
long time. Like this is not it. If this is what is indicating it for you, you're not being
Wait, like where have you been?
Where have you been? Because we literally had states of emergency for a long period of 2009 going into 2020. You know why? In St. James,
Yes.
you can see a strip called Hit Strip, which is mostly a tourism area. Yeah, Margaretaville and other things on the Hit Strip, bottom road. There are cameras everywhere. You had people drive up, block the road with their car, light up next vehicle. People towards everybody around and scatter. KFC, St. James, they talk about man in a drive to try buy a chicken for you ever. Man just drive up, light up.
Light him up.
KFC. Yep. Everybody around and scatter. St. James Street, one of the busiest commercial streets in Montego Bay. People are walking up and down from work, whatever.
Shots of fire.
Gunshot a beat, come and around down my nice street. No mask, nothing. This was before Corona. People are running a duck and a dive in a car and I'm like, even in Corona last year, there was an incident where they shoot up one child's or children's birthday party. Oh. I'm like, I know, I know, because this was in a church, probably the reverence for church and the church building. No, we are the bottom, below the bottom. We have been at the bottom for a while. So again, it was like from the whole Kaylan, can we talk about that? This outrage we get when these incidents happen. And I'm like, shut up. I'm triggered. I'm like, shut up. Like, all of you people need to be stopping that. All of you people crime plan, all this, shut up. Stop talk. Jamaica we need to just admit that we are an extremely violent country. I talked about this in the Kaylan video about the spectrum of aggression. We are extremely
aggressive.
Culture.
For no reason.
We resolve conflicts very well, because this is a conflict of estate, property, money. We don't resolve conflicts well. We need to just admit that and stop the outrage when these things happen. Like, I can go on and on and on of incidents, even recent ones, of crazy things that have happened to Jamaican people.
Yep.
My question is this: would you still be outraged if you went kill her in front of her yard gate and nobody knew out there?
If she wasn't in a church, so let's take out the whole right. If you take out the whole
at the bottom of the barrel, come on, man.
If you took out the whole church part of it, and she was standing in front of our yard, and an unmasked person walk up to her and shoot her.
That happened hundreds of times.
It just happened a whole bunch of time in Jamaica. Would we be at the bottom of the barrel?
No.
I mean, so the outrage is because it was done in church. I understand guess what? I understand the a part of it, because the thought is there were certain places that were sanctuary. So if you were in trouble, you run to the church as a sanctuary, or you run to the police station as a sanctuary. But I think the outrage is that there are no sanctuaries anymore. There's no place that you can be safe.
But sis, this has been a thing for a while. There have been, as I mentioned, unprecedented, but there still has been incidents of people dying in front of churches, people being killed and dumped in churches. I remember years ago, it's been years, I wonder if I could even probably find a story now, where one was in a church, somebody come to kill her, same in a church. Then the story goes that the gun stick, the man left the church, everybody was like, hallelujah, praise God, power God, Jesus. The man just come back and shoot her. People shoot up funerals. So I'm like,
yeah, I remember that. Was it last year or the year before, where it was the funeral? And there was a police station. You run to a police station and then shoot up police station. So church is like church was just the next place on the list. Like,
but the point I'm trying to say, they have already been doing it in the churches, around the churches. So why are we now, as Mr. Peter saying, Dr. Peter is saying, we are now below the bottom of the barrel? We have been there, fam. We are already there. We have been there a while.
Let me ask you something though. Do you think the part of the problem is that the Jamaican government, they do not know how to handle this situation?
Because
this is beyond them. I'm now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like this is completely beyond them, and they're just grasping at straws at this point because they don't know what to do or how to even. Because hold on, part of the crime plan or whatever is more police. Like a situation like this, police couldn't stop because the person was intent on killing that person. More police was not gonna stop this.
So more policing, more cameras,
will help you to catch the person quicker.
It proves that this incident to me proves that no matter. If somebody wants you dead, they're going to kill you. It might take them a time. It might be more boost on the ground is making a little bit more difficult. So it just delaying the inevitable. If somebody wants you dead, you're dead.
Right.
So the question is why, as a society, we do not value people's life. And that is not something where government
can fix. Nope.
Crime plan can't help.
Crime plan is not going to help that, because it has to do with the level of consciousness of the not only the individual but the consciousness of the society. So if as a society we don't value people and we don't value their lives, then it's not going to matter. Like, this is, the government can crime plan all they want. They could, I mean, you got to build more jails to put the amount of people that you need to arrest, because it is the level of consciousness of not only the individual but the collective. Yeah. And
you know what the government can do? And this is the next thing, the next part of the conversation, where the government can actually do, like in circumstances like this, they actually solve the problem.
What they can actually do, yes.
What they can actually do. We gonna mention it at the end. We're gonna go more in depth in at the end of the video, because people that talk about crime plan, my thing is they need justice reform. The justice system and our criminal system and courts needs to be reformed. But we go talk about at the end. But we talk about this now.
Yeah, that's a solution. The court reform.
We go talk about that at the end. Because to me, crime plan not gonna work. But that reforming the justice system and the court system would help. But even if we reach this up, this incident allegedly sparked from estate. You understand? The gentleman, or the story goes, he was married before. His first wife died of cancer. While he was in his first relationship, his first marriage, he accumulated assets. He was a Judah tour driver. The Judah tours is the person that is contracted by the government.
They transport the tourists.
Tourists and guests and people come on the island. So they're legally licensed to do this.
Right.
So it's like tourism tax.
And you can make good money off it, especially if you're doing it for a long time.
If you're doing it for a long time, you get tips. Can remember say you charge people in the US, you get tips, and people up there with their money. So if you know what you do, you're in it for a while, you can make money. So he's a Judah tour driver. He wrote the story goes on what I'm hearing from multiple sources, social media, whatever. You have multiple assets, you have multiple buses where you're doing things. He may buy house, build house wherever with his first wife. The man who have assets. He was the breadwinner. He was providing for his family. He had kids with her, all of that. Wife gets sick, cancer.
The first wife, right.
First wife. This lady now coming in a picture of married. The allegation is them sell the house where was originally in him and his wife by.
The first wife.
Yes. First wife by a new house, and this new house, the new wife in control of everything. The buses, everything.
Assets, a fear thing, right.
Fear attached to it. And now, you know, we last it up. If a tenant in common, I think, so if one person's die, the first person that
goes
dies
to the other person.
Everything that they own, everything just pass to the survivor.
Unless you do something.
And this we go talk about, unless there is a will.
Yep.
And we have a culture in Jamaica where we do not do estate planning. We do not write wills, because people feel if you write will, you call on death on yourself. And we need to fix that. Because this gentleman had written a will and assets, who forget what?
Yep.
When he died, because this was an accident, and I think get sick, like your wife get cancer, and they know you have accident, he just died abruptly, unplanned. When he passed, it would have already been outlined in writing, legal structure document, who gets what, which one of his children get what, because he has, I don't know how many children he have, but he has more than one.
Have kids with them first wife.
With the first wife.
And grandkids and all type of things, yeah.
Exactly. So when he died, and when my lady take over, everything allegedly, all of them get cut out. They lost all of that. So keep in mind, you have your father, he's been providing, you grow up and see what he accumulated. You see houses as a vehicle. Naturally in your mind, you and him still good. You're naturally in your mind as a child. Because
you're going to come and inherit some of this.
You expect to inherit something. Because right now, my father have him assets. You know, so when daddy dead, we naturally think, say, oh, this go to we. And naturally, I go to my mother. When she dead, we have it. We decide what we do with it at that point. Already.
Now, all of a sudden, this stranger person come in. And daddy is so in love with her, and now all of the asset gone over there. So to share with our people them. And you would hope that she's a nice enough person to be like, well, all of this was accumulated before I got here, so let me divide and do all this and be fair and whatever.
No.
And we cannot listen. Here's the thing. Like we need
to stop hope the people good. No. No.
If you have a particular thing, that
legal
it's
document
not even, listen, it's not even hoping that people are good. Let us not even minimize it to that, right? If you work so hard, just logics. If you work so hard to acquire things, right? I think it is asinine, right? For you to work so hard and then you just you just left it up stuff for just whatever to happen to it. Because if you let me say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're doing. You're failing to plan. So now when you die, because remember, you know, him never thinks him healthy and strong, not do him, accident take him out. Nobody think the man when I go dead. So now he died suddenly. It's not like he's sick and you know same did it and 6 months, 3 months, or 4 months. Literally, one accident, boom, the man dead.
Who go get what they start have that conversation?
So nobody knows anything. I think it is a failure as a parent, and uno probably I got beat me bad in my comments, but who cares? As a parent, a part of your some people don't see this as part of their duty. If you do, I think it's a part of your duty to ensure that the very thing that you work so hard to ascertain, that you dictate, because you want nobody else work for. You dictate by proper planning, estate planning, what happens to your assets. And also as a parent, to make sure there is no bad blood and ill will and people know exactly what you want done, you make sure that you legally put it in writing. So when nobody can say, I know that daddy did want, I know that mommy did want. No, daddy say right here, this is what daddy want, this is what he's leaving, this is what's happening. Here's the other thing. We have a lot of families, especially in nowadays culture, we're in a second and third and fourth marriage. Right?
Not even married, but children. So a man we have.
Exactly. Even all right. You have your first woman, you have a bag of pitney over your so. Then you have a second woman.
And then when you're 24, you get married at 31, you get 2 penny there. So now there's 4 kids, 3 different baby mothers.
3 different baby. Okay then. That's just 4. What about the one them have a multiple set of children? Because you just walk around and just throw your seed everywhere. And then you work up now and you have things. You know, things that people are going to fight over things and bad feelings and carry around and all them something there.
Examples of this though, like we are like growing up, you hear so many stories, you see it play out in your communities when the older generation people in pass. And you would think that as Jamaica grows, we will start to learn. I don't know if it's a generation because he was an older guy, older gentleman. I don't know if it's his generation because like older guys, can we get about my father? They're not really so savvy upon illegal, like everything for them was word of mouth.
It's not even the legal thing. It's the culture that we have and that needs to change. All right. Right. Jamaica needs to it's almost like Jamaica needs to take a huge step forward in the 21st century.
They still not did it. Now a lot of things.
Like literally, like a huge step forward to come forward in the 21st century. So that we can at least compete. We can't compete with like bigger countries like US and UK, but at least smaller countries like ourselves on certain things in certain levels, we can at least compete with them.
But guess what now? And you know why this estate planning is essential? Again, coming from the first point, we live in a very aggressive culture with violence.
With violence.
To cut down, because people can still walk around cussing up, but to cut down and people feeling disenfranchised, people feeling unfairly treated, people feeling, we don't know which other word to use. To cut down on that happening, when you plan an estate, especially if your children are old enough, of age, them of sense, they're involved in the process, they are aware of what they're supposed to get, what they're not going to get. Because it don't make no sense to plan a will in secret, right?
Well,
That's some
no,
people do that.
I disagree. You can plan your will in secret. You don't have to tell nobody what in it. Then all them have to know is say, listen, I have a will over here, so the lawyer so and so of the will, and if I die, the will is going to be read when I die on the next day, and you give the instructions to the lawyer that says these are all the people that need to be contacted when I die. So a week after the will is being read, contact all these people and tell them and come to your office and you read the will to them. Because at the end of the day, no, and this go and bleed into the third thing that we're going to talk about, how to solve things like this. When you have a country also where in our legal system and our justice system, it's slower than molasses, and people feel like, say, can them go court, what that I go do? Because one incident, I have a friend who I know personally, where his family, his parents died, and no will, and it's down to the courts to do probate, you know, and it's almost 10 years, and it's still dragging out in court. Why? Right? And I was listening to SoFlo, and because he was having this discussion on his channel, and that was one of the things that I think one of the commenters was saying, because he was doing a live, like, why kill her, Carragher Court? And he made a good point. He said, listen, especially in the Jamaican system, if you poor and pauperizing and you barely have money to put food in your pot, and then you catch somebody go court, you know how much liar for your money that, and then not only say you could have said, well, this might take 1 or 2 years. 10 years, you have money to pay a liar for 10 years.
So right now we come right down to
something as simple as a probate.
And now we come down to the final point, and the most important one: justice reform.
We need to reform our system.
Why this incident allegedly happened is that the eldest child, our son or whoever, say, yo, it don't make no sense me carry a court. That makes sense me try to fight this the right way. It since me not get it, you not get it neither. Next thing you know, people dead. And that is a part of also the crime in our country. A lot of people feel disenfranchised.
They feel because it's
solved in the right
way, because our system is so
extrajudicial. We have to go out of the justice system and fix it ourselves.
It is so crazy.
When people talk about crime plan, I'm like, no. Forget about policing. Court system, bro.
But listen, but here's the thing.
Fix this.
But brother, here's the thing.
No business.
But here's the thing. Why do you put more police, soldiers, or whatever on the ground, right? Here what? Bring the crime plan come. All right. So the police catch the thief, or the raper man and the murderer. Then you carry him now, go put him in a jail. And then now the court will take over and do for them part. And then now the one case, man, you know, they don't catch him already, you know.
Yes.
And then you carry him over here, so you know. And you carry him over there and guess what happened?
Until the witness them get tired and about to show up, and then you have to let go the man. Because the case now gone 3-4 years.
3, 4, 5, 6 years.
I remember there's a case of carnal abuse, carnal rape, where a child got raped at the age of like 12. Little penny.
Yep.
And 18. The case around 8 years. So now that child is past 18 and she drop the case. She's like, yo, she can't do this anymore. Every time the case call up, you have to retell the testimony.
Re-traumatize. Okay.
So at 12, you don't want to live this again.
For the rest of your life.
Yo, when 8 years on after the incident, they're not scrappy. They'll be like, yo, I'm done. I'm not coming back to this. I'm not testifying anymore. I'm done with it. And this is the reality.
So now you know.
We're the part.
Yeah.
Because now that you talk something, remember something. It just come back to me. I also had a friend where she found out her daughter was molested by her common law significant other when live with at the time, in baby father. Because she have one older daughter and one younger one. And when she find out, girl talk everything, and when the police and everything, because luckily, I don't remember no names, thank God. But the lady at the CDC or whoever she talked to, tell her, say, yo, if she can move on, move out, left him, cut all ties with him, get the girl some counseling, it better. Because bringing him to court go take too much time. Because little girl like 13, 14. He then tell her straight up, say, yo, taking him to court go take a long time. So it's better you just cut your losses, get her help.
But
and
look
crazy.
And
but
look, but hear what? But look
that
what
thing.
But look what all that, but hear what this also facilitates. There goes another pedophile that needs to be behind bars, but because our justice system is so crazy, there goes, so if you have the proclivity, right? If we go and sex off people, young girl pitney, you ever stop at 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. And hear what gonna happen. And you could say the father of that kid that you just talked about, because he knows that our justice system is one big sham, and he knows some man run around part over one place. You know what he do now? He just pay a man of money and say, yo, dog, dig him up. And let's be real, this is what happens in our country. Because right now, and then here's the other thing that plays into this, is poverty. So, take no whole heap of money if you give a man of money, if you go shoot a next man.
Exactly. Because life is inexpensive. Because this, even if the killing
the man hungry.
Miss Garwwood, is a contract. It was a contract killing. It was a contracted job.
And it would be surprising how much them pay him or her to do it.
Because it's a man, so much MPM. And that is the reality.
Some people say, 5,000 Jamaican dollar, which is what? Little or nothing. How much money that a US?
Let me give you a joke. Me hear a woman say this.
My God.
Because again, we talk about this even at the Kaylan thing, or woman say some woman vibe. Me hear woman say this, say, yo, if me have to do all kind of explicit sexual acts, if you're dead a morning, you're dead. So sometimes it's not even money. It's just some punish, some more, some little extra fun, and some man killer. Tell her this right.
Really, 5,000 Jamaican dollar is less than 50 US.
Yeah.
We left down 50 US, a man can rub you out.
But me I try to show you say it's not even money, kind. But pum where we walk up and down, where you can get to other means, back road, club, whatever. Pum, some case even free. Pum is enough to kill you.
Listen, we are Lord Jesus, we have to talk everything. We can go on and on and on and on and on about this. We are so sorry, and we empathize with Miss Garland's family. But we're just using her story to just, emphasize the breakdown. To emphasize and highlight that when you have all these, because everything that we've just talked about is systematic breakdown. We have a system that does not function and it does not work. So when you have all these systematic breakdown, it is more likely, I'm not gonna say I gotta stop, but it is more likely for things like this to happen, because when you have people who feel disenfranchised and they feel like their justice system, their court system is not the way for them to reinstate their rights, they will seek other measures. That's the first thing.
Justice.
Yeah. The second thing is, when you have people that are being riddled with poverty, and you need to put food in your belly and you pit in them belly, you are more likely to commit atrocities.
And you pay the food of eat.
Because food have to eat. When you have a society that does not value life, hey boy, me kill you na wow, brush palm me too hard in a
Mm-hmm.
and that is
I'm on this year, man.
This man, hey boy.
The first thing is the people that have to kill them. You take their life.
You can't even go, one time people go to a party and ray, and you can't even do that no more. Because you go one party, you look for one man too hard and say, yo.
I listened to a news broadcast today, and the policeman said, I forgot his name, he must say, yo, if you are a Jamaican, can avoid, because we have this concept of Jamaica of corner ends. You go play domino, drink some liquor.
No, you're safe.
The man say, yo, if you can avoid going to these places, better for you know why? Because somebody might be at this place, somebody want to kill, and then just come and light up everybody.
Charles, the corner ends is not even thing, because how much house of Jamaica have burglar bar?
Are you still dead?
Are you still dead? People live in their house, you pay how much hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars for your house, and you literally have to lock up yourself like you're a prisoner in your own house.
Burglar bars and grills.
Because that is what a burglar bar is, prison bar, in your own house. And them still come in there and kill you. What are we doing, people? Jamaican people. And this is not just a government thing, It is a people thing, and it is also a government thing. Jamaica have more churches per capita. How come we have more churches per capita and we still not have a higher respect for people's life?
We have more reverence in the building. The church
we have more reverence with church house.
Church building than
church
people.
Building.
Than people right now.
Little pitney them now spear. Them shoot babies. Kill babies. One time guy could have say, yeah, woman, then we spear you. No. Them a kill woman now left, right, and center. This is a systematic problem. Yes, police need more resources to do their jobs. We might need more people on the force, but it doesn't matter if you're the criminal justice system that have to prosecute these people is failing. It doesn't matter if we have rampant poverty. It doesn't matter if we have rampant corruption. Fix these things.
So the long and short of it is this. The first thing, the outrage, crime plan. Like we are here.
We're past
like
that.
we need the outrage needs to stop. We just need to start. Come together as a society, realize what we need to do. Realize, say, yo, if you solve crime, start with yourself. The aggressive tendency, where you are man cut you off in a traffic and dirty boy, whatever. Peace. Namaste. Namaste yourself. Namaste yourself. Start with you. Next thing, start plan for you then. You know, make sense. You work so hard, acquire all these things.
And then you're dead, and then you're sitting them just dance so.
Crime, all kind of eat up zero. And thirdly, reform the justice system, please. Fix it. Yep. So
and free up the something them and free up the laws them so people can be entrepreneur and carry things from foreign and sell and do. Solve poverty by making sure that the common man, every man can do business. That's what we need to do. People need food for them pocket. Food in them pocket. My God, I'm so upset me. I tell people put food in them pocket.
Like a shoplift piece of food for KFC. You put your pocket and run.
Oh my God.
Your thoughts? JamaicanExchange.
JamaicanExchange.
We have said a lot. Like, this is our take. So, what is your take? Share your thoughts. Share your experience. You can agree to disagree. Like,
if there's another point of view that we missed, put it on the comment now. Join the exchange crew. The exchange massive. The exchange massive. Join it. We're a family over here.
Literally.
Until next time, we're out. Walk good.